Probably about, I don't know, 5-6 years ago, I was at the gym and people were talking about taking creatine, and I tried taking it, and I don't know, like it was hit or miss. I wasn't consistent with it, and then I heard you gained weight, so I just kind of like brushed it aside and thought, I don't need that, right? I feel fine. After many years of spinning, lifting weights, doing Pilates, I find that after my workouts, I feel like my body just doesn't recover as quickly as it should, and I would find like if I did push-ups or if I did too much weight, like my shoulder would bother me and I would have to, you know, just not do it for a couple of days. I also found that my foot was bothering me after if I would go for longer walks than I typically would, as well as like my hips. So I did some research and I was talking to my doctor, and I encourage you, if you do plan on taking creatine, to speak to your healthcare provider first before you do, and before you do start taking it. And I told him that, you know, I was looking into creatine, and he said that that would be fine for me to do and to take, and he was very, very pro for it. And I just want to share with you my experience since I have started taking it. So anyway, without any further ado, let's jump into that part of it. I started taking it about 90 days ago, and what I've been experiencing ever since then is my recovery and my endurance from my workouts have increased drastically. I was always at like an intermediate level of workouts, especially with Pilates and spinning, but now I'm getting more into an advanced mode of just being able to lift heavier weights, lasting longer with like my Pilates workouts, finding that I need a little bit more challenge when I'm working out. Like I'm just kind of getting through my workouts a lot easier than I had been since I started taking this particular product here from Do Not Age. I started taking 3 grams a day. I've been consistent with it for the last 90 days. I have not missed a day. And I just over like the period of this 90 days, I've seen a drastic improvement and just my endurance. I'm less tired at the end of the day. I have a less brain fog at the end of the day. And my recovery, like I feel fine the next day, which was starting to be an issue with me when I would do my workouts. I would find like the next day, like my shoulder would bother me. It would, you know, maybe wake me up in the middle of the night, and I would be uncomfortable, and I'd have to get in all these positions just so it wasn't irritated. And I have found that that's not happening anymore. I was also concerned if I did have these aches and pains that I would take Tylenol, and I really didn't want to get in the habit of taking any more pain medication. Some of the other benefits that I received from it, like I shared, the brain fog is huge. Like I feel like I have I'm less tired at the end of the day, and I have more endurance to absorb more information if I'm looking for stuff up online. The thing that kept me away from using it for the longest time was the fact that there's weight gain with it. And in fact, I have gained weight. I probably gained like 6 pounds or so since I started taking it. But I am just I feel so much healthier and stronger that the weight gain doesn't really affect me at this point. Like, yeah, my clothes are a little bit tighter. I notice it on the scale, but I feel great and I don't want to stop taking it. Where in the past, I think vanity would get in the way and I would just stop taking it because I was afraid to put on a few pounds, which it's not, at this point, like, it's more important for me to feel good and have the endurance that I'm looking throughout the day. So the last time I went for my DEXA scan, they showed that there is diminishing of the bone, and from what I understand, if I can do more resistant training, then I can increase that with working out and using creatine. It also helps preserve lean muscle. What it does is it actually pulls water into the muscles, so you do need to drink a lot of water when you're taking the creatine. I find that when I'm taking it, if I have to drink it throughout the day. So what I do when I get up in the morning, I take it with the supplements that I take in the morning. I pour the 3 grams into a glass of water, and I drink that throughout the entire day, and that seems to have less effects on my stomach. In the beginning, I just would drink it down right away just to get it over with, but I found that, you know, it would just cause me to feel, I don't know, my stomach feel uncomfortable for a little bit, but finding that I can drink it throughout the day and it doesn't bother my stomach at all. Studies suggest that it improves memory and focus, which, you know, I don't know if I've seen so much of that right now, but I definitely have seen less brain fog at the end of the day. But I think overall the stamina is probably the biggest thing that I've seen since I've started taking it. And I mean, and not just a little extra stamina, like a lot more stamina than I had before. It's a very well studied supplement, so it's not like it just came out and there's not a lot of data on it. There's a lot of information that suggests all of these things that I'm sharing with you. The recommended dosage is anywhere between 3 to 5 grams a day. So depending on your body size would depend on how many grams you should probably take. I take the 3 grams a day, and I feel like I've been doing just fine with that. I don't feel like I need to add any more on at this stage. Some people suggest loading first, like taking like triple the amount of creatine so that your body can just kind of get the benefits quicker. But what I have found is just taking the 3 grams a day and allowing to do it gradually over a period of time has worked out fine for me. And it's just a lot easier on my stomach if I do just the 3 grams a day. So being consistent is key. Like, I can't just take it on a day I want to work out. I need to take it every day. And like I shared, this particular supplement has been studied for decades. So there's a ton of information on it, and it's a very safe supplement. But I use a lot of supplements from this particular company called Do Not Age. They do a lot of third-party testing. This creatine monohydrate is a clean source. I'm sure there's tons out there. But I'll leave a link to this particular company down below. It's clean, it's effective, and it's just really easy to measure out, okay? It comes with this little scoop, okay? It's like these white crystals, almost looks like sugar, and it dissolves. It's tasteless, you don't taste anything. But what I have found, if I try to drink it down too fast and too much, it upsets my stomach. That's why I like just putting it in my water and just kind of drinking it throughout the day. So taking supplements would be like, oh God, I gotta take those supplements. I don't feel like swallowing anything right now. But if I just dump this into my water, I don't even know the difference, right? Because it doesn't have any taste to it. So just to kind of recap everything, here's the reasons why I like taking it. Number one is the endurance. I feel like my workouts and my stamina, I can last longer. I feel better afterwards. I feel better the next day. So I also experience less brain fog throughout the day, and I'm less tired at night. The fact, I'm interested to see how it's going to affect my bone health when I go for my next DEXA scan. The fact that it improves my cognitive function is, hey, listen, I know I need help in that department, so yeah, I'm all for that. And it just really supports healthy aging in recovery, and that was one of the things I was talking to my doctor about. Like, I feel great, I really do, but what I want to do is I want to make sure I keep what I have. I don't want to lose anything else, so that I can enjoy my family and friends for as long as I possibly can. So comment below, let me know, do you take creatine? What are the benefits that you receive from taking it? Or just what your experience was with it in general? If you have any questions, please leave them in the comments below. And please, if you gained any value from this video, please consider subscribing, giving this video a thumbs up, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye-bye.